Cambio, Cumbre, and the Western Devils. We'll just run through the team list. For Cambio Cumbre, the number 5, Amy Harrop. The number 16, Angela Rooney. The number 7, Alice Glanfield. The number 4, Latoya Cruddy. The number 12, Selena Lino. The number 6, Sushi Kalia. And the number 14, Tia Dunn. For the Devils, the number 14, Lauren Baker. The number 29, Andrea Priato. The number 6, Coral Buxey. The number 31, April Nosson. The number 17, Manon Gabawa. The number 21, Penelope Clayton. The number 5, Laura Waltman. And the number 9, Kim McCartney. Clayton. Waltman. Buxey laces it off to Waltman. Back to Priato. Inside, Buxey. Lovely 1-2. Priato rounds the keeper. And that's the opening goal for the Devils. It's Andrea Priato linking up nicely with Coral Buxey to open their account for season 23-24.
Do you think this is a show of what's to come, John? Do you think that this is going to be a high-scoring game? What's your score prediction?
I think it's going to be a long day for Cumbre. The Devils, I'm predicting to go out to a 7-0 win. We'll see how it goes. The last game I predicted 6-0, but it was much closer than I expected. So we'll see if it's another streamlined result or a surprise. As the number 14 for Cumbre. Dunn tries to find the number 5 in Harrop. Clayton to Coral Buxey.
Some beautiful movement here by the Western Devils using a nice 3-1 rotation, which is turning a bit into a 4-0 at times. What are your thoughts on that, John? Do you think that this is the pinnacle of women's futsal?
Oh, another chance coming in there. Yes, lovely movement from the Devils. WA's premier side. They'll be the favourites to win the competition. So well drilled. Move the ball so quickly and sharply. Inside, now to Harrop. Down the line. Rudy. With the sideline ball. Dunn. Fires off the right boot. Gebauer with the save. Cumbre on the follow-up. Harrop still going. Gebauer does enough. And now Waltman.
Of course, Waltman, a massive player for the Western Devils, who was previously associated also with the Wolves, a massive loss for them. What are your thoughts on that, John? Do you think that's a game breaker or game changer?
Look, Waltman was always going to stay with the Devils. They were always the side she prioritised when it came to playing in the both competitions at the time, and it's a big retention for them, a big loss for the Wolves, but they've still got a reasonably strong lineup with the likes of Connolly, Jess Byrne, Crane and Co. For the Devils, Waltman and Priato alongside Clayton are probably their 3-star players, so it's highly unlikely that Waltman was going to leave and disrupt that trio. Looking for the ball now is Waltman, does well to keep it in.
One strategy we saw the Western Devils use, maybe controversially, was that they put Laura Waltman as target and isolated her. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that she should be playing as a flanker position, as a target, especially with when you got such good big figures like number 31?
Yeah, April and Austin. Look, Waltman can play on any position in the court. She's a great target, a great fixer, a great flanker. And you'll see that she'll pretty much just have free room and go where she wants. Now that Nossen's come onto the court, Nossen has occupied that target position. Waltman will drift up and down the court. As you see her take the sideline ball now. Clayton. And the ball down the line. Waltman.
Seems like they've got an interesting set piece here.
Buxey to Nossen. Tries to go down the byline. And Latoya Cruddy will get to restart play. Long ball over the top from Cruddy. Gebauer will collect it. Coral Buxey. Waltman Good feet. Clayton. Ball down the line finds Waltman. Can't beat Dunn. Wins it off Dunn. Ball was still in play. Waltman squares it to the edge of the box. And Buxy can't add that finishing touch. Long ball over the top by Crotty. Hits the roof. Clayton swings at the ball. Done.
Beautiful
nice
1-2
play
by
Cumbre.
Cumbre.
McCartney heads clear.
Of course, we've got some massive plays for the Western Devils. Who is your pick for the star player for the Western Devils this season?
Laura Waltman. I think she'll play a big role.
Is there any honourable mentions?
I'd say probably Clayton, Kim McCartney, Andrea Parado. Plenty of big names for the Devils.
Yes, of course, Devils doing well to maintain Kim McCartney because I believe she was associated also with Sterling Brazajinga, who competed in another competition last season. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think they've done well there?
Yeah, it's a good retention, but again, another player I don't think was ever going to leave. The Devils are probably a much stronger side than Sterling Brazajinga will be this season as they're competing in the Supa-Liga B. So a no-brainer for her, staying with the Devils girls, and she'll add a lot to their lineup this season.
And who are the ones to watch for Cambio Cumbre this season?
I don't know too much about them, but Georgie Ireland, who isn't playing today, will be one, alongside probably Thea Dunn, who is on the ball right now.
Yes, and a massive player, won an MVP in another competition previously. Is that correct, John?
Yeah, that is. So Cambio Cumbre are to pick up some victories. Or when they do pick up some victories, I should say, I'm sure she'll play a big role. Baker. Clayton, ball in the centre to Nosson. And out wide looking for Baker again.
And I think a important player to mention for Cambio Cumbre is Suchi Kala. She's very, very knowledgeable in the sport. She is getting more and more experience as she goes, but she also does very well to play and manage. At her previous club, which was South Pepper Alliance, she pretty much ran the whole draft team, I was told. So a very important pickup for Cambio Cumbre to start recruiting. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely an important player. I don't think we've seen her on the court just yet, have we?
She's on the court now.
Oh, she's on the court. They were in the number 6, yep. So we'll have to see how she goes, but going to add a lot of experience to the Cumbre line in their maiden season. Dunn tries to turn. Clayton defends well. Nosson breaks forward. Handball. An advantage could have been played in the end, but the referee blew the whistle early, and Jonathan Silas apologises. It's going to be a free kick for the Devils just behind the 10-metre mark.
Of course, if you are watching, we would love your score predictions in the chat. Please make sure to put them in so we can compare our predictions to yours.
A big strike from Clayton. It's gone behind for a corner. McCartney off the right boot, still alive, and cleared off the line there by Dunn.
And a beautiful set play by the Western Devils. They've obviously been training and working on that nice little dummy run. Of course, something that is very staple in the men's game, but seeing it in the women's game is very definitely impressive to see.
And Cumbre breakaway up the other end. Nosson back to goal under pressure. And the sideline ball goes the way of Rockingham. And a rolling foul against the Devils to follow as well. Lino. McCartney wins it up high. But Tricker's out of bounds. Rooney to Crotty. Clanfield. Baker. Selena Lino standing over the free kick. Back to Angela Rooney. Lino tries to switch the play. Clanfield looking for Kalia. Lauren Baker at the back for the Devils. Prado hoofs it forward. Has fallen in a dangerous area. Can Cumbre finish? And a sliding challenge from Selena Lino.
Is this the half you expected from Cambio, Cumbre and Western Devils? Do you expect the scoreline to be higher? What are your thoughts, John?
I think Cumbre have held up pretty well so far. They conceded the early goal. They've looked solid ever since. We'll sort of see what happens before half-time, but that's a good save by Crotty to keep the score at 1-0.
And speaking of Cambio Cumbre, we have their men's players start to come in to the centre, and we also have the next game up, Perth AFC versus South Perth Alliance men's. A very, very exciting game to come. What are your thoughts on that, John? Do you think that'll be a top bout?
I definitely do. It's been a big fixture for quite some years now, AFC versus South Perth, and I'm sure it will contain an abundance of excitement. Nocent. Baker, just over the bar. And another corner for the Devils. Nocent can hit them off the left, or will she leave for McCartney? They look in the centre. Spilled out to McCartney. Now Nocent. And a toe poke going over the bar. Crotty to Clanfield. Good ball to Harrop. And a chance for the Devils. It's going to be 2-0. Nocent adds the finishing touch. Goal scorer turned provider in Andrea Priato. And that's 2-0. As the subs come rolling on. It's Buxy, Waltman and Clayton. They've got the buffer now, the Devils. Cumbre. It may well be a long road back. And that foul's gone the way of Rockingham. Despite McCartney's protests. Lino. Lino. Ball in the centre. Harrop. Nice feet. Waltman. Strong challenge. And that one going the way of the Western Devils. Waltman with a long run forward in space. Clayton tries to pick her out.
Does well to get a touch there.
Crotty to Lino. Harrop makes the forward run. A good chance here for Harrop. Gabauer did well to come out and clear. Harrop again. Waltman, she was caught late by Lino. A free kick just behind the halfway line for Waltman. Clayton. Harrop under pressure, Cumbre. Flick on by Clamfield. Chance from McCartney. Back post ball for Buxy.
She's going to be absolutely kicking herself for that one. That was a very good opportunity. She could have put it into an almost open net. Goalkeeper was stretching.
Cruddy. Through the middle to Dunn. No real options for Tia Dunn. Turns the ball over. McCartney chips it down the line to Buxy. Clamfield in the middle. Poor pass. Waltman. McCartney. Back to Waltman. Back to Kim McCartney. Waltman's in space. Cuts inside. Ball defended by Rooney. However, puts it into touch. Waltman will get the ball back from the side. McCartney.
4 minutes left of normal time. What is your thoughts, John? Do you expect the more than 2 goals scoreline at this point of the match?
Yeah, I think they're going to get another one before halftime. They almost just did there. It would have been an own goal. But fortunately for Harrop, it was on the right side of the post from a Cumbre perspective. Devils working it well up high. McCartney.
Of course, we have some comments on Facebook with Thomas Lynch saying up the Devils and Nina Borman saying yes, the Devils. Devils supporters definitely out in the chat. Of course, if we could get your score predictions, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Ball to the back post. Trying to find Buxy.
Beautiful target play here by Cambio Cumbre.
McCartney comes to the bench for a sub. Nossent back on. Clayton. Dunn puts it out. Clayton fires off the right boot. Waltman. Out wide to Buxy. Now to Waltman. Almost getting dispossessed at the back. Buxy. Good ball out wide to Waltman, who's running into space down the left. Was she fouled? But Miyembe says yes. And Lauren Baker comes back onto the court for the Devils. Clayton off the right boot and just missing the bottom corner. It took a deflection. They'll get a corner. Waltman takes it. Baker. Shots blocked. Now Clayton. Well defended by Dunn. Baker beats her. Toe poke from Baker. It could be going in here. Almost crossing the line there. An error from Cruddy, but she gets away with it. That's the 5th foul for Rockingham. Cambio Cumbre with a minute left in the first half.
Minute 30 left. They need to be careful with these 5 fouls. One more foul will be a 10-meter penalty. Is there any players in particular you would, as a Devil, run towards to try and get this last foul?
I think Laura Waltman in those one-on-one situations can be awfully good at winning them. So deceptive, great agility. It can often send defenders the wrong way, forcing them to stick out a leg for a late challenge.
We have just got word that the timeout is going to be called for the Western Devils at their next possession if it happens before the half.
Gebauer, Baker, Waltman. No press coming in from Cumbre whatsoever. Baker. And that one going the way of the Devils. It is the timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. And the Devils to get play restarted. Lauren Baker to Clayton. Can they get one goal before halftime? Clayton. Blocked by Harrop. Clayton. Baker. Waltman turns inside. Clayton. Still going. Great save by Crotty. Nosson leaves it for Waltman. Hits the crossbar. Clayton does well to keep it in. Is that the sixth foul by Kalia? Jonathan Silas about to blow his whistle but hesitated at the last moment. Kalia to Crotty. Back to Kalia. Down the line to Harrop. Double teamed. Loses out. Baker, Nosson, back to Baker. Over the top ball, Clayton. And that's a halftime whistle. Devils lead 2-0 at the break. And Jonathan Silas's whistle goes for the second half of this contest. The Western Devils lead Cumbre 2-0. McCartney. Priato. Devils playing the 3-1. Coral Buxley the target. Now they make the move. McCartney. Dunn does well to win it off Clayton. Clayton gets it back.
That was actually a very good challenge there. All ball.
Lino trying to go up the other end. Clanfield.
Do you know if Selena Lino is related to the men's player Lino?
Yeah, I think they're cousins from what I've heard. Not 100% sure, but here's Lino again. Gives it away. The Devils might have a chance here. McCartney all the way back to Triato. Buxy, McCartney, Priato.
Nice little figure-8 rotation here by the Western Devils. Definitely something they've worked on in the training ground. Definitely opens up those, gives time for the person on the ball very easily. What are your thoughts on it, John? Do you think it's good enough for the WSL League this season?
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh, what a shot that was by McCartney. Latoya Crotty palms it away. And they've got a corner. McCartney to Clayton. Loses out to Rooney. And Cumbre have a side ball. Done.
These are the exact situations that Cumbre need to set up and actually capitalise as set plays. Brilliant way to get back into the game.
McCartney. Bucks it.
We see here the rotation giving plenty of time for Buxley on the ball.
The free kick going the way of Cumbre.
We have a very technical foul called there by Jonathan Silas. The block has to be in one direction. Cannot change direction to block the player mid.
Out wide, Priato, back post ball. Looking for Clayton's run. A bit too late. And the Devils pressing up high. Forcing Cumbre long. McCartney with the header. Clayton keeps it in play. In the centre, Buxy. Out to Priato. And now McCartney. Priato. Out wide to Clayton, who drives through the centre, finds McCartney, who cuts inside. And that's a ripper from Kim McCartney. Blazes it into the top corner and puts Devils 3 goals to the good. Lino. Rooney. Clamfield. Was that a foul off the ball? Done. Over the top. Clamfield in behind here. Tries to work it to the back post. Just hits the outside of the front post. Gebauer. Big signing this season for the Devils. Coming over from Phoenix. Now here's Waltman. Priato. McCartney. Buxy. Back to Priato. McCartney. Waltman. Hasn't found herself on the score sheet so far this evening. Will be tipped to sometime this second half. Maybe now's their chance. Claimed by Crotty. Done. 1-on-1 with McCartney. If any player can win these 1-on-1s, it's going to be Tia Dunn. Rooney. Clamfield.
Looks nice idea there with the parallel ball.
Waltman. Looks long, but miss hits the pass for Nossin. Crotty. Out wide to Lino. Ball down the line. Lino. Done. Dunn's ball down the line to Rooney. Rooney with the back roll to Lino. Shot not going to be troubling Gebauer. McCartney.
Cumbre employing almost a 2/5 hold here, deeper than the half court, but it is giving Devils plenty of time to take their players on and use their technical ability to get off shots like that from April Nothend. Do you think this is the right play by Nesta?
I I mean, look, it's not easy for Cumbre. They're a new side playing against the reigning champions. I think they're getting pushed back more than anything. I think
Beautiful skill there. Should have been a foul.
Could have been a foul. Vanessa's probably trying to sit half court. They're just getting pushed back a bit deeper than they would have liked. Lino. Dunn wants it and gets it. Back to Lino. Ball inside for Harrop. Bucks chasing it down. Rooney has to be good here. And Angela Rooney does enough. 13 minutes left in this one. Devils with the 3-goal lead. Crotty. Back to Rooney. Given away. Nossen couldn't keep it close enough to her body. Lovely ball inside from Dunn. Harrop unable to collect it. Lauren Baker back on now. Waltman. McCartney. And in the middle. Nossen makes the run and gets it. But a poor touch from April Nossen. Sees it roll through to Crotty. Lino. Ball looks for the line.
Got to say, majority of chances although we have highlighted Jamie Dunn as an important player. I believe that Lino has done very well today. What are your thoughts, John?
Yeah, she's had a good first hit out, Selena Lino. I think she'll be one to keep an eye on for the rest of the season. As the Western Devils have a corner. Will it be Waltman off the left? In fact, McCartney off the left boot, eyeing out that top corner. And that one didn't miss by much. Rooney in deep for Cumbre. Crotty, Dunn. First time ball. Can't pick out a red shirt. Nossen holds it up well. Baker. McCartney. Ball over the top. And it's been pushed behind by Crotty for a corner. Baker fires off the right boot, blocked away. Lino tries to beat Baker, who's won it up high, still battling Lino. And the decision favours Cumbre. 11 minutes to go. Rooney out wide to Harrop. Back to Rooney.
Nice press there by
Waltman with the high press. That's going to be a goal. It's 4-0. And Laura Waltman opens her account. The high press paying dividends. She rounded Crotty and put it into the empty net. As Kim McCartney makes way for Penelope Clayton. And Rooney, she's not on the same wavelength there as her teammates. Waltman, she'll be fueled with adrenaline after that one. We'll be looking to find a brace. Nossen puts it into touch. Baker. Clayton tries to go down the byline. Another side ball. This time it's blocked in the centre by Cumbre, but not given the required distance. Devils will get a chance at a retake. Baker, right-footed shot. Nossen's strength wins the challenge for the Devils, and now Clayton. Latoya Crotty for Cumbre. Short ball to Dunn. Down the line to Kalia. Side ball for Dunn. And a high press coming in from Nosson. Baker on the left. Nosson finds her. Lauren Baker.
That should have really been a goal.
Cumbre lucky to go unpunished. Crotty. A long throw. Tipped out by Nosson. Done.
Good little target play to fend off Waltman. And a beautiful goal there by Cambio. Cumbre, well worked from the target play. What are your thoughts on that, John? Are they back in this game?
Well, it's a long road back, 3 goals in 8 minutes, but they've capitalised on the error from Gabauer and found the back of the net. Opening their account in the Supa-Liga. It's good to see. It will fuel them with some confidence. We'll see what this last 8 minutes has in store. Nosson. Kalia Nosson. Was that a late challenge? She'll be going into the referee's notebook. Done over the set piece. Clanfield. Central ball. Rooney. Waltman steps in front. Still going Waltman. And that one looks like it will be called for a rolling foul once play discontinues. Baker. As Selena Lino checks back on the court. Done. Lino.
Doing very well to control the ball there.
Nosson. Waltman. Ball up in the air. I need to start playing on the deck. And the Devils do. Nosson. Waltman. Clayton
doing very
cuts
well
inside.
There. And almost going top corner. These are definitely the shots that the Western Devils need to keep taking.
Crotty. Long ball over the top here. Looking for Lino's run. Can't find it. As Baker checks off. McCartney on. Nosson off. Prado back on.
We have Nesta Fonseca from Cambio Cumbre asking for a time out. See if he can bring his women's back into the game here. Maybe he's going to put on the fly keeper. We're not sure.
Waltman, central ball. Prado. Clayton. Still going Clayton. Fires off the left.
There we have a timeout called by Cambio Cumbre.